Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB show for today, the 28th of July. I'll be taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today. I'll be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct our lineups to maximise point scoring potential, foundation players who should be used to build upon for a winning lineup on your daily fantasy games today, and a value player at each position. For anyone who hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I'll stick a link in the description for this video to enable you to do so today. At starting pitcher today, there is a clear number one. That is Jose Fernandez of the Miami Marlins for $13,400. We know that Fernandez at home is money. He's 26-1 in his home ballpark for his career. He's 12-4 with a 2.54 ERA everywhere this season. Despite the Cards ranking below average for outs via strike three this season, Fernandez is punching them out at a really high rate with 175 in just 122 third innings, and is easily the most solid play for the risk-averse players of us out there today. Chris Sale of the Chicago White Sox for $11,000. Now, while he isn't racking up the strikeouts like he used to, there is every chance he goes to Wrigley Field with a point to prove today after hacking up the throwbacks at the weekend. The Cubs do tend to strike out, ranking above average this year. Sale has 129 strikeouts in 133 innings this year, which is still not bad. He bounced back nicely against Seattle last time following the horror show against the Braves the start before. Zach Davies of the Milwaukee Brewers is 8,600. His strikeout numbers aren't huge. He's got 80 strikeouts in 99 innings pitched, but he has been pitching really well. He's 7-1 with a 2.84 ERA in his last 14 games, and the Diamondbacks rank in the top 5 for strikeouts in baseball this year, second only to the Brewers on today's slate. On a shortened slate with some good hitting options, I think the upside's there today with Davies to make him a great play. Finally, Ubaldo Jimenez of the Baltimore Orioles for $4,700. I know, it's Ubaldo Jimenez, but there are a few factors in play here. One is completely unrelated to baseball, but Jimenez has a new baby, and this has been known to spike players' performance in the past. He would also be comfortable at target field. He's got a really good record there, having gone 4-1 with a 1.82 ERA in his career. Minnesota can strike out a lot too. Ubaldo has 72 in 81.2 innings pitched this year. For $4,700, apart from your buy-in, what have you got to lose, really? Looking at our stacks of the day today, I think despite a pitcher's ballpark with Jared Weaver on the hill and his low velocity and warm weather with a light breeze forecast to be blowing out, the Red Sox look a really solid stack today in the later games. First baseman David Ortiz for $5,600. Papi has a home run off of Weaver. He's hitting .324 with 25 home runs this year. He's on the right side of the platoon. Leadoff man, the outfielder Mookie Betts for $5,500. He's hitting .304 with 20 home runs and 16 steals. Jackie Bradley Jr. in the outfield is $5,100. He's on the right side of the platoon, hitting .302 with 16 home runs. He's gone long twice in his last 7 games. And Travis Shaw, who qualifies at first and third, is $4,200. He's on the right side of the platoon, hitting .265 with 12 homers. He also has 2 in his last 7. Amongst the early games, I think the Milwaukee Brewers facing Robbie Ray at Miller Park, which is friendly to the hitters, look a solid stack as well. Ray has developed a habit of being unable to pitch out of trouble and allowing a big hit, and with us a big inning. Some of the Brewers do hit lefties quite well. We'll take outfielder Ryan Braun for $5,200, hitting .321, 14 homers. In his last 7 games, he is hitting .391. He's on the right side of the platoon in this matchup. Shortstop Jonathan Villar for $5,100, hitting .297 with 8 homers, 36 stolen bases, hits in the leadoff spot. Obviously, he is a switch hitter, but he is better hitting left-handed. Catcher Jonathan LaCroix for $3,800. He's hitting .300 with 13 home runs. He's also on the right side of the platoon in the matchup. And boom or bust first baseman Chris Carter for $3,700 is also on the right side of the platoon. Only hits for .219, but he does have 22 home runs. When he tends to hit it, does go a long way. For my foundation players today, it's a short slate, so some of these players will be repeated from the stacks, unfortunately, including at first base David Ortiz of Boston Red Sox for $5,600. Against a soft-throwing righty with nice conditions forecast, Papi is the clear number one player at first base today. He has a home run off of Weaver on the right side of the platoon, .324 with 25 home runs. Second baseman Rougned Odor of the Texas Rangers for $4,600 faces Yordano Ventura, who has been poor pretty much since he got back into the rotation from suspension, I believe it was, wasn't it? Odor is on the right side of the platoon, hitting .277 with 18 home runs this year. At third base is Travis Shaw, who also qualifies at first of Boston for $4,200. There doesn't seem to be a lot of top options that I have much confidence in at third today, so I've put Shaw in here as well, because you want to continue to oppose Jared Weaver, I think. Shaw has the platoon advantage, hitting 265 with 12 home runs. Shortstop Jonathan Villar of the Milwaukee Brewers, 5,100. The switch hitter is much better versus a lefty. We have that matchup today against Robbie Ray. Always a threat when on base to steal, sometimes stupidly slow, which did get him sat down in a couple of days ago. He's hitting 297 with 8 homers. He has got 36 stolen bases this year. And in the outfield, Christian Yelich of the Miami Marlins for 5,300 has the platoon advantage against Michael Wacha. He's excellent against righties. He's hitting 319 with 10 homers this year, and in his last 7 games that spikes to 346 average, and he has 2 home runs in that time span. Looking at my value players today, at catcher I've gone with JT Realmuto of the Miami Marlins for 3,900. It was going to be him or LaCroix, but we've got LaCroix in the Milwaukee stack. Realmuto has hit 313 with 5 home runs and 10 stolen bases, which is rare upside for a catcher as well. My first baseman is Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox for 3,300. He is quietly heating up. He's up to 276 with 11 home runs this year. We know that Wrigley's a nice park, and John Lackey has been struggling lately. My second baseman is Javi Baez of the Cubs, who does also qualify at third. He's 3,900 today on the right side of the platoon against Sale. Obviously, Sale did have a horror show 2 starts back against the Atlanta Braves. Baez is hitting 287, 11 homers and 9 steals, 333 in his last 7 with 2 home runs. My third baseman is Yunel Escobar of the Los Angeles Angels for 3,700. He hits in the leadoff spot for the Angels, has the platoon advantage against David Price, who has been allowing runs this year. Escobar hits lefties quite well and has opportunity for runs as well, with power behind him in the lineup. He has hit a home run off of David Price. He's hitting 325 with 3 home runs this year. My shortstop is Brandon Crawford of the San Francisco Giants for 3,500. Roark is pitching today for Washington against San Francisco. He is extremes of good and bad on the year. Crawford has the platoon advantage. He's hitting 272 with 9 home runs. I can also accept Tim Anderson of the White Sox in this position too. And to finish up in the outfield, I'll take Robbie Grossman of the Minnesota Twins for 3,800. Just in case I am wrong about Ubaldo Jimenez today, I thought I'd best stick a twin in here. Grossman is much better hitting left-handed. He's hitting 274, 6 home runs on the season. Best of luck with your lineups today. I'm off to watch the golf. See you later. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video, hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.